At 6:45 p.m. yesterday, someone cursed your name out of jealousy. The curse bounced back within 7 seconds. Archangel Michael says, what happened at exactly 6:45 p.m. yesterday was no ordinary moment. In the quiet shadow of evening, when the world was settling and your soul was resting, someone spoke your name, but not with love. Their lips curled with envy, and a curse left their mouth with the intent to ruin something sacred within you. It wasn't just a passing emotion or an angry whisper. This was intentional. This was spellbound malice aimed directly at your progress, your blessings, and your rising spirit. But the moment it was launched, the heavens stirred. A flash of divine retaliation, silent, unseen, unstoppable, reversed the curse in precisely 7 seconds. That energy, laced with venom, snapped back with burning precision to the one who summoned it. They didn't expect resistance. They believed you were alone. What they didn't know was that your spiritual guardians were already positioned around you like an invisible fortress. The moment their curse touched the air, Archangel Michael's sword was drawn. The curse didn't even make it halfway to you. It was intercepted, inspected, and reflected with divine speed and power. The one who cast it staggered backward. Their hearts skipped. A strange chill crept over their body as the energy they sent out slammed back into their own life, like glass shattering in their hands. And suddenly, what they wished for you became their own burden. They whispered your name with malice. Now they speak it in regret. Because what they don't realize is, your name holds light, protection, and ancient spiritual force. Archangel Michael says your aura was sealed long ago. It is not breakable by petty hatred or selfish intentions. You were divinely encrypted. And the person who tried to harm you has now entered a storm of their own making. They feel the unease, the strange disruptions in their world. They cannot connect the dots, but you already know why. They saw your light growing brighter. They saw the good things preparing to happen for you. And instead of celebrating it, they tried to snuff it out. But Archangel Michael says, Heaven saw their action and responded instantly, not later, not with delay, but in 7 sacred seconds. That's how fast heaven moves when you are chosen. This was not just an act of protection. This was a public reminder to unseen forces. You are not to be touched. You are not to be manipulated. You are not to be spiritually targeted ever again. The skies sent down a rebound of fire. The person's words turned to ash in their own mouth. Their intentions were exposed in the spirit realm, and now their reputation is unraveling, quietly, relentlessly. You may have felt something at that moment. A pressure in the air. A strange coldness that passed by you. That was the wind of spiritual warfare brushing past you as your angelic shield activated. And you didn't even have to lift a finger. You didn't even have to respond. Because what was sent to destroy you was rerouted by divine instruction. That jealous soul thought they could hide their bitterness in silence. But the spirit realm does not operate on silence. It moves on truth, and your truth is pure. Your name is a gatekeeper. It does not bend under pressure. It does not crack under shadow. It is too aligned with purpose to be distorted. Archangel Michael says, your ancestors rose at that moment. Their voices surrounded you in silence, calling your name in sacred tongues only heaven understands. The curse didn't stand a chance. The moment they cursed you, their own blessings began to drip away, unnoticed at first, then faster. Their own luck soured, their own path blurred. That's how divine justice works. This isn't just protection, it's redirection. Because you were meant to keep rising, unbothered, untouched, unshaken. Don't take this lightly. The one who sent the curse has tried before. Maybe in smaller ways. Maybe in sly conversations. Maybe in jealous glances. But yesterday, they went too far. Yesterday, they called on forces they could not control. And what returned to them is unraveling everything they once stood on. You will soon hear of their misfortune. A sudden shift in their tone. A strange apology. A silent disappearance. That's how you'll know. Heaven made its move. And even though you didn't ask for revenge, divine reversal has begun. Their own words are echoing back into their world, and the noise is unbearable for them. Archangel Michael says, your silence was louder than their curse. Because when you are divinely backed, you never have to clap back. Watch what happens next. Doors will open that should have been blocked. Conversations will shift. People will suddenly want to align with you. Why? Because your energy is being restored after that attack. Not only restored, but upgraded. The curse didn't damage you, it purified you. The universe marked that moment as a sacred one. The timestamp, 6:45 p.m., is now recorded in the divine archive as a spiritual breakthrough for you. Something inside you also changed. Did you feel it? A strange clarity? A sudden wave of strength? That's because when that curse bounced back, your soul stepped into its next form. You were promoted in the spiritual realm without even realizing it. You've now entered a realm where your enemies are punished faster, where your truth rises quicker, where your blessings accelerate beyond explanation. This is not a dream. This is divine consequence. This is cosmic order setting things right. Someone tried to edit your destiny with a curse. But Archangel Michael says, your story was written in permanent ink, blessed, guarded, irreversible. And now, not only are you protected, but you've become a mirror. Anyone who throws negativity at you will see their own reflection crashing back at them. This is the law of return. This is what it means to walk in divine light. No one can touch your name without being burned by their own fire. You are not to explain yourself to those who misunderstood you. You are not to defend yourself against those who twist your narrative. You are not to dim your light because someone else couldn't stand its brightness. Archangel Michael says, the curse bounced back in 7 seconds because you are aligned with a higher frequency. That frequency cannot be tainted by bitterness, envy, or hate. And now, that person will live with the sound of your name haunting them, not because you harmed them, but because they tried to harm you and failed. From this day forward, your protection increases. Your discernment sharpens. Your path clears faster than before. Your energy is now encoded with divine resistance. No curse, no spell, no word, no whisper will ever reach you again without exploding into pieces. And the curse that bounced back? It didn't just vanish. It marked them. It will follow their intentions like a shadow, turning against them every time they try to move in darkness again. You have been lifted without noise, promoted without applause, favored without permission, and they can't touch that. Remember this, 6:45 p.m. wasn't a curse. It was a ceremony, a shift, a divine checkpoint. Archangel Michael says, they will never forget that moment. But more importantly, you will never forget what it revealed. Who they really are. Who you truly are. And what happens when light meets shadow. If you wish to express your support further, you have the option to give super thanks, with contributions of up to $20. Their attempt to sabotage you became their own downfall. What they meant for your ruin has now become a divine display of how protected and chosen you truly are. That energy didn't just bounce back, it rewired your entire path for a higher purpose. Archangel Michael says, this rebound wasn't just a moment, it was a message to every spirit watching. Do not touch the Anointed One. Your soul is layered in divine light that moves quicker than malice and louder than betrayal. You don't need to speak for yourself when the heavens roar in your defense. What happened yesterday will ripple for days, even weeks, in their life. They will feel tension for reasons they can't explain. They will face delays, rejections, confusions, and they won't be able to trace the origin. But you will know. You will remember 6:45 p.m. That specific time is now sacred. That moment birthed a new version of you. A version untouched by small minds and protected by celestial flames. What makes this more profound is the fact that you had no idea someone was targeting you in that exact moment. You were simply living, breathing, and maybe even healing. But even then, your energy was being monitored. Jealousy saw your growth and panicked. It mistook your grace for weakness and thought its dark whisper would sink you. But Archangel Michael says, what they launched returned to them tenfold, not because you asked, but because justice demanded it. Heaven is tired of seeing you attacked in silence. Heaven is tired of seeing your kindness exploited. That curse was the last straw. And now a shift has begun. One that cannot be stopped. Your enemies are being revealed, one by one, not with drama, but with divine exposure. That person who used your name against you. They will speak it again, but this time, in confusion, in regret, in disbelief. They will wonder why things keep falling apart. And deep inside, they will know. You're not being asked to seek revenge. You're being asked to stand still and watch the consequences unfold. The divine is not cruel, but it is precise. Archangel Michael says, you are no longer in the dimension where curses stick. You have outgrown their reach. The space you now walk in is guarded by divine contracts sealed long before you knew you needed them. And every time someone tries to drag your spirit down, those contracts activate. Swiftly. Powerfully. Without warning. You may start to notice people stepping back from you. Don't chase them. That's just your energy exposing their truth. Your light is now too honest for the ones who wear masks. They can no longer hide in your presence. And they definitely can no longer curse you without paying the price. The 7 seconds it took for that curse to bounce back will become a lesson in many spiritual circles. People will speak about it in whispers. They won't mention your name, but they will remember what happened. You are now a symbol of spiritual reversal, of heavenly boundaries, of unshakable grace. It's important now to cleanse your space, not because you are dirty, but because the energy of that attack tried to linger. Burn incense. Speak words of truth. Light your space with intention. This is your divine reset. Archangel Michael says your body may even feel different now, like something heavy has left. That's because your spirit shed a layer of vulnerability. You're no longer who you were before that moment. You are more aligned, more intuitive, more aware, and far more protected. From this point forward, your spiritual radar will pick up hidden threats quicker. You'll see through fake smiles, half-hearted blessings, and disguised jealousy. You'll feel it in your gut, because what tried to break you only strengthened your spiritual system. There is also a gift unfolding now, something tied to your growth. Heaven is not just punishing your enemies, it's rewarding your endurance. Expect an unexpected blessing soon. Something you didn't ask for, but deeply deserve. That's the rhythm of divine timing. When darkness rises, light responds with abundance. Your season of subtle struggle has ended. The one who tried to curse you will become your proof. The proof that no weapon formed against you prospers, not even whispered ones. And you, my dear, are not just protected, you are anointed. That anointing cannot be transferred. It cannot be faked. It cannot be touched. You are rising now with clarity, with confidence, with power. Archangel Michael says, no curse can override the crown you carry. They tried to speak against it, but all they did was elevate you into a new realm of glory. Let them watch. Let them wonder. Let them whisper. But know this, the same curse they launched became your testimony, and your journey from now on. It will be louder, brighter, unstoppable. Remember 6:45 p.m. That was the turning point. That was the second heaven defended your name so fast, even time had to pause to make space for it. You are walking proof of spiritual justice. You are no longer just surviving attacks, you are reversing them by your very presence. Watch what happens next. And if you feel this in your soul, if you wish to express your support further, you have the option to give super thanks, with contributions of up to $20. Archangel Michael says, what you felt afterward, the stillness, the unexpected calm, the silence in your heart, wasn't just peace. It was confirmation. Heaven had completed its work. The curse was not only deflected, it was recorded, judged, and sealed in divine law. Every curse leaves a fingerprint. And now, that person's energy has been stained by what they tried to send your way. That stain will follow them, not to torment, but to teach. They're now on a path of karmic accountability, one they can't walk away from. Meanwhile, you've been elevated. Quietly. Spiritually. Eternally. You didn't need to defend yourself. The truth defended you. The energy you walk in now is so sharp, so elevated, that any darkness attempting to come near you dissolves before contact. Their curse was like a pebble thrown at a diamond. And what happened? It bounced back. It shattered them. Archangel Michael says, you are entering a zone of divine return. Every action taken against you is being reversed, one by one, silently, powerfully. Even actions from the past are now unraveling. This rebound event at 6:45 p.m. was the activation point, a sacred release, a divine recalibration of all that was thrown against you, unseen gossip, evil eyes, silent wishes of failure. It's all reversing now. Do not underestimate how many people will suddenly pull away from you. It's not rejection, it's revelation. Their masks are falling off in your presence. You won't need to argue. You won't need to expose anyone. Their own actions will do it for you. This is the season where the curse fails and your clarity sharpens. What you see now is real. What you feel now is truth. You have been spiritually upgraded. The universe is closing doors to places where you once begged to be let in. Why? Because those spaces were never aligned with your protection. That curse taught heaven something. You're ready now. Ready for bigger. Ready for more. You will soon notice your voice has more power. The words you speak will manifest quicker. The thoughts you hold will shape your outcomes faster. Because something divine now flows through you. You carry the rebound force. Even as you walk into rooms, people will feel something shift. Not because you're loud, but because your energy is loud. It walks ahead of you. It protects what belongs to you before you even know it's threatened. That's what happened at 6:45 p.m. You were protected before the curse finished forming. Archangel Michael says, this isn't just about spiritual warfare, it's about spiritual proof. You've earned it. Through pain. Through silence. Through betrayal. The ones who thought they got away with spiritual attacks in the past are now facing the consequence. And some of them don't even realize it's tied to what they did to you. But that's how divine law works. Silent. Sharp. Specific. Now your name is wrapped in a new layer of divine encryption. It cannot be spoken in hatred without consequence. You are a mirror now. Whatever is sent to you, returns to sender. Whatever is wished upon you, circles back to its source. Let them try again. Heaven is watching. And this time, the rebound will be stronger, faster, final. Because that moment last night, yes, that moment, was not the beginning of a curse. It was the ending of all future attempts. You're being given new territory, new people, new energy, and none of it can be tampered with. That person's jealousy didn't just hurt them, it exposed them. Their desire to see you fall has marked them. And while you continue to rise, they will wonder what went wrong. But you already know. Archangel Michael says, there is more coming. Not curses, but confirmations. Blessings long delayed are now rushing toward you. And don't be surprised if that same person who cursed you tries to come close again, acting like nothing happened. They'll smile. They'll compliment. But your spirit will know better. You don't need revenge. You are the proof that curses don't work on the protected. You will now walk into rooms where your name was already mentioned, in jealousy, in hatred, in confusion. And they'll see you shining brighter than ever. Because heaven didn't just protect you, it promoted you. And now, every single curse they ever whispered is fuel for your next breakthrough. This isn't just a message, it's a declaration. You are untouchable. You are sacred. You are proof that 7 seconds is all it takes for God to make it right. Archangel Michael says, walk boldly now. You are wrapped in something too strong for darkness to penetrate. And when they speak of you next, it won't be with jealousy. It will be with awe. Let it be known, you are the rebound. You are the return. You are the reversal. Archangel Michael says, from this moment forward, your footsteps are guided by a divine rhythm, one that cannot be tampered with by human envy or spiritual manipulation. The heavens have recalibrated your walk, your timing, your atmosphere. The curse was simply the spark that ignited your elevation. Now, everything changes. You'll notice your sleep becomes deeper, more restful, more vivid. That's because your spirit is no longer in defensive mode. The spiritual war that once hovered around your name has been silenced, cleared, dismantled in a way only the divine could manage. You'll notice people look at you differently, not just with curiosity, but with unspoken respect, even fear. They sense something now, something ancient, something royal. Your aura carries the weight of someone who was attacked and still rose without retaliation. And that's power. That's how legends are born, not by vengeance, but by survival. Archangel Michael says the shift in your surroundings is not random. It is spiritual debris clearing from your path. Those who were secretly tied to that curse will feel uncomfortable around you now. They'll pull back without reason. They'll ghost you. Let them. You are shedding. You are rising. And those who cannot match your vibration will automatically fall away. This is the season where your silence becomes your protection. Your glow becomes your proof. And your walk becomes your weapon. The person who cursed you is now being forced to face themselves in the mirror of their own intentions. That bounce back wasn't just energy, it was truth. It exposed the weakness in their soul, the bitterness in their spirit. They will now struggle with unexplained delays, sudden losses, and internal confusion. They'll think it's coincidence. But the spiritual realm knows otherwise. Because when you curse the chosen, you curse your own future. Archangel Michael says, the heavens didn't just intercept the curse, they absorbed it, purified it, and returned it as divine justice. That moment was divine technology in motion. A celestial calculation that played out in 7 flawless seconds. Now the angels are aligning a blessing in response, not just to reward you, but to replace what that curse tried to steal. Yes, you heard that correctly. What they tried to block is being returned in multiplied form. Expect it. A surprise opportunity. An overdue answer. A connection that shifts everything. It's already en route, and it will arrive not in sorrow, but with power. Because the curse didn't just bounce, it triggered release. You are now walking in post-collision clarity. You don't have to say a word. Your elevation will speak for itself. Let them talk. Let them wonder. Let them watch you glow in the very season they tried to dim. Archangel Michael says this, your story is changing chapters. The people who tried to curse you don't realize they were only pushing you into your power. They have unknowingly assisted in your spiritual activation. That's the irony. The more they tried to bury you, the deeper your roots went. The more they wished for your downfall, the more stable you became. And now? You, re-rising so fast they can't keep up with their own intentions. They tried to use spiritual shortcuts. They forgot your protection wasn't man-made. It was divine. Archangel Michael says the reason the curse returned in 7 seconds is because the system around you is divine automation. There are no delays in heaven's response anymore. Not for you. That era is over. Now, there are things being written with your name on them, opportunities, alliances, restorations. They will come quietly. They will come suddenly. But they will come because you've earned them through silence and survival. You'll also begin to speak with more power. Your words will begin to shape outcomes. Be careful, what you say will start to manifest rapidly, because your spiritual authority has been upgraded. Even your tears now hold weight in the divine realm. They are not unnoticed. They trigger movement, alignments, and angelic activity on your behalf. This is the reward for being cursed and not cursing back. You broke a generational cycle by refusing to retaliate. And now, the blessings coming to you will not just be for you. They will overflow into your bloodline, into your children, into your legacy. This is how divine justice pays its debts, with generational wealth, generational healing, generational clarity. What once targeted you will now tremble in your presence. And that person? The one who used their mouth to curse you? They'll eventually come forward, not with apologies, but with fear, because they now realize they weren't speaking against just anyone. They were speaking against the chosen, the protected, the untouchable. Archangel Michael says you should not look back. Do not return to what nearly destroyed you. Keep walking forward, because the trail behind you is burning with the fire of transformation. That curse was the final test. And you passed. You passed without arguing. You passed without proving. You passed because your spirit stood tall when your ego wanted to react. And now, you are being handed the reward that only comes after spiritual war. Do not shrink. Do not explain. Do not apologize for how high you're rising. They cursed the wrong one. And now, they must live with that truth. Archangel Michael says, walk boldly into what's next. Because nothing, and no one, can ever curse what heaven has already crowned. If you wish to express your support further, you have the option to give super thanks, with contributions of up to $20. Archangel Michael says, the aftermath of this rebound is still unfolding, and it's deeper than you realize. What they sent toward you wasn't just a curse, it was a test from the higher realms to see what lives inside your heart when darkness approaches. And heaven was pleased with your silence, your restraint, your unwavering soul. You didn't panic. You didn't chase revenge. You stood still. That stillness echoed across realms, signaling to the divine that you are ready, ready for a new elevation, ready for leadership, ready to become an instrument of proof that protection is real. That light does win. That curses fail when directed at the divinely armored. Now watch closely. There will be a moment, very soon, when you'll be in the same room, or the same situation, as someone who once doubted you, envied you, or even cursed you. Their energy will shift the second you enter. They will not know how to look you in the eye, because your aura is too honest now. Your light is unbearable to those who operate in shadows. That's the true sign of spiritual reversal. It's not about drama or exposure. It's about spiritual pressure. Their guilt will do all the talking. Archangel Michael says, from this moment forward, your name is sacred ground. No one will be able to speak it in hatred without consequence. Every syllable of your name now carries an echo of divine authority. Do you understand what that means? It means heaven has validated you. You are no longer just a survivor. You are now a spiritual authority. And whether people admit it or not, they feel it when you walk in. Doors will now open because of your name. Blessings will now seek you out because of what you've endured in silence. What tried to destroy you simply refined your calling. What was meant to poison your path only fertilized your future. Now there are places your name is being whispered, rooms where people are preparing to mention you, to honor you, to reward you. Not because you demanded it, but because you were elevated without announcement. Heaven doesn't reward noise. It rewards integrity. That's what this moment is about. The rebound was the final move in a silent war you didn't even know had reached its peak. And you won. Archangel Michael says, be prepared for dreams, visions, spiritual downloads in the coming days. Your connection is now sharper. Your discernment has been activated at a new level. Don't ignore what you feel. When your body tenses around someone, trust it. When your spirit withdraws, respect it. Your system is now highly tuned to spiritual interference. This isn't just intuition, it's divine instruction. You are no longer allowed to walk with those who tolerated your downfall or stayed silent while others cursed your name. Let them fall away. Your elevation demands spiritual clarity, emotional peace, and divine alignment. Anything less than that will now feel unnatural. And as for that person who cast the curse, they will face their karma in ways you may never see. But trust, they are already feeling it. Their relationships will shake. Their confidence will crumble. Their surroundings will change. Why? Because curses cost. And when they fail, the cost doubles. Archangel Michael says you are not to interfere. Do not gloat. Do not even observe with pride. You are to move in grace, but with awareness. This is the difference between you and them. They cursed. You elevated. They whispered. You transformed. They tried to break you, and in doing so, they revealed just how indestructible you really are. Now it's time. Time to step fully into the version of yourself that was waiting on the other side of spiritual war. You'll begin to feel energy moving in your life, opportunities that feel like divine timing, peace that feels like a deep breath, clarity that removes all fog. This is your reward. The curse bounced, but the blessing is staying. Let that sink in. The curse bounced in 7 seconds, but the blessing will linger for a lifetime. Archangel Michael says, you are walking in the afterglow of spiritual victory. And from this point forward, you will no longer question whether you're protected. You are. In body, in name, in path, in soul. The evidence? You're still here. Not just surviving, but glowing. And every single step you take now is tracked by divine design. Let the world watch. Let them wonder why things are suddenly working in your favor. Let them try to figure out how you bounced back faster than they imagined. They won't understand. Because what happened at 6:45 p.m. wasn't visible to the naked eye. It was supernatural, sacred, sealed. The one who cursed you tried to plant poison. Instead, they watered your power. They tried to end you. Instead, they crowned you. Let this be the last time you ever doubt your protection, your value, your purpose. Archangel Michael says, the curse is gone. The crown remains. The next chapter, it's already written, in gold. And it starts now. If you wish to express your support further, you have the option to give super thanks, with contributions of up to $20.